Hello there. Welcome to Sleep Mode, bedtime stories and guided meditations for gamers, presented by Glitch. Please be sure to not listen to this recording while we're driving, operating heavy machinery, or while in the middle of a Pokémon battle. The goal of this and every episode of Sleep Mode is to help you relax and unwind after a long day of work or play, so you can put down the controller and get some rest. Please, find a nice, comfortable space that is free from distractions, where you can enjoy a moment to relax and hopefully get some restful sleep. The use of headphones is recommended, but not necessary to enjoy the experience. Laying down on a nice, cozy bed is preferable, but you may also choose to experience sleep mode sitting on your favorite couch or gaming chair, if you wish. If you enjoy your time with us, please consider subscribing to Sleep Mode and give this episode a thumbs up. Sleep Mode is now on Patreon and YouTube memberships. Become a member or supporter to get access to our private Discord community where you can chat with other sleepy gamers and even directly influence future episodes of Sleep Mode. You'll also gain 48-hour early access to each new episode, exclusive sneak peeks, and you'll unlock Story Mode, where we skip the intros and guided meditation and get straight to the bedtime story. We'll also give a lucky subscriber, supporter, or friend of the channel a shout out in each episode. And this one goes out to Ash Washi Washi. And a very special shout out also goes to Ari. Thank you both so much for your support. Now then, it's time to turn out the lights. Prepare to experience Sleep Mode, Pokémon Diamond and Pearl, a relaxing bedtime story for gamers. In 3, 2, 1. Field Log 23-06. Welcome back to the world of Pokémon. This is a world inhabited by creatures called Pokémon. For some people, Pokémon are trusted companions. Others use them for battles. But you study Pokémon professionally as a field researcher under the guidance of Professor Oak and his lab located in the Kanto region. Every year, new bright-eyed Pokémon trainers begin their journey to become the very best, like no one ever was. But your glory days as a Pokémon trainer are behind you. However, all that time spent around so many different types of Pokémon gave you a deep appreciation for the ecological studies of these marvelous pocket monsters. There's always something new and exciting to learn, and more mysteries that arise with each passing day. You could say that the study of Pokémon is the ultimate journey. Gym leaders and Pokémon masters might get all the glory, but knowledge is always its own reward, and your never-ending quest for scientific understanding sees you heading off to the Sinnoh region. Apparently, Professor Rowan has a special project that can use your unique talents. And considering that your last couple of research expeditions turned into quite the unexpected set of adventures, you know, what with encountering the legendary Pokémon Mewtwo, and don't forget getting shot out of a volcano, you could do with a nice, uneventful trip into the field. But when has that ever happened?
Piloper Air Flight 106 to Jubilife City is now boarding. All passengers, please gather your belongings and return all Pokémon to their Pokeballs. Then proceed to Gate C14. We'll be ready for takeoff soon.
Well, that's you. Time to set off on a new adventure. Sinnoh region, here we come. Oh, and I hope they have those cute little packets of peanuts on the flight. Your Jigglypuff really loves those things.
captain has turned off the seatbelt sign, so you and your Pokémon are free to roam the cabin. But please, no in-flight battles.
Nice. Looks like Jigglypuff can stretch his legs out for a bit.
This is a non-stop flight connecting directly to Jubilife City. Caliper Air has prepared this soothing meditation video for you to enjoy. It is voiced by Professor Rowan, the Sinnoh region's illustrious Pokémon expert. Please pay attention to the aviation entertainment display in front of you, and get ready to explore some of the incredible sights and sounds you may encounter in the Sinnoh region.
Oh, hello there, traveler. Now, this is Professor Rowan coming to you all the way from my lab at Twin Leaf. You're about to embark on a spectacular journey into, in my opinion, the best region of the globe. But if you're like me, you might have a little bit of nervous energy stored inside of you when it comes to flying. So, I'm here to help you relax. Well then, I suppose we should get started. Alright, let's see here. Now then, begin by finding a comfortable and quiet space. Gently close your eyes and let your mind drift into the picturesque landscapes of Sinnoh. Feel the gentle breeze carrying the soft scents of the region's flora and the sound of wild Pokémon. With each breath, begin to immerse yourself into this wondrous region. It's truly a haven where people and Pokémon can coexist in harmony. Take in a deep breath, envisioning the pristine, crystal clear waters of Lake Verity. As you breathe in, imagine the cool, refreshing air of the lake filling your lungs, bringing with it a sense of profound peace. Hold your breath for just a moment, letting the serene energy of the lake permeate your entire mind and body. Now breathe out, and as you exhale, picture the gentle ripples of the water's surface as they help you release your own worries and stress. Continue this deep, rhythmic breathing, allowing the tranquility of Lake Verity to wash over you, calming your mind and soothing your soul. Ah, that's very nice. Let's gently awaken your body with some light stretching. Slowly raise your arms above your head, like a majestic tree in the Eterna forest, reaching for the sun. Or like an Infernape, flexing his muscles if you prefer. Feel the gentle stretch along your arms and your spine, energizing your body. Breathe in the earthy aromas of the forest. And now, as you exhale, slowly lower your arms. With each movement, imagine that you're wandering deeper into the lush forest, surrounded by its ancient beauty and the melodious calls of hidden Pokémon. Ah, that's very nice indeed. Now, let's elevate our minds. Envision yourself embarking on a journey to the towering Mount Coronet, the crown of Sinnoh. With each step, you ascend higher and higher, leaving behind the echoes of daily life. Feel the solid strength of the mountain underfoot, empowering you. As you reach the summit, take a moment to gaze upon the stunning panorama of Sinnoh spread out before you. Inhale deeply, drawing in the mountain's timeless energy. Now exhale, releasing any lingering tension. Let yourself be enveloped by the profound tranquility of this lofty sanctuary, feeling one with the world around you. As our journey draws to a close, slowly descend back down into the warm atmosphere of Heart Home City. Begin to bring your awareness back to the present, inviting gentle movements into your fingers and your toes. Now, slowly roll your shoulders in smooth counterclockwise circles. And now, roll them in the opposite direction, feeling relaxed and rejuvenated, ready for a new adventure. Take in one more deep breath, filled with Hearthorn's lively spirit. Exhale slowly, feeling grounded and at peace. I do believe you're ready to experience even more of the amazing sights and sounds of the Sinnoh region. This concludes our guided relaxation session. Oh, and if you have a chance, do feel free to come by to visit us at my lab in Twinleaf. This has been Professor Rowan, wishing you a very pleasant flight, and welcome to the Sinnoh region.
Thank you for flying with us. We'll be arriving at our final destination very soon.
A loud snoring sound echoes across the cabin of the airplane. I wonder if another trainer brought a Snorlax on board. That can't be safe. Oh, never mind. It looks like the passenger next to you seems to have fallen asleep. Good for them. You've never really been able to sleep on a flight. Oh yeah, Jigglypuff's peanuts. You better call the flight attendant. I wonder where they're at. It seems to be taking a very long time for the attendant to come by. Come to think of it, no one has walked past you for a while now. Maybe you should go check on her. You get up and walk past the long center aisle of the plane, and you notice something very curious. It seems that everyone on the plane, including the Pokémon, are all fast asleep. Well, everyone except for you and Jigglypuff, of course. That's weird. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Right? You make your way up to the front of the plane and notice two things. Now, do you want the bad news first or the really bad news first? Okay, the bad news it is. All of the flight attendants are fast asleep. And now for the really bad news. It looks like both of the pilots are snoring away too. Oh no. Not only does it look like Jigglypuff won't be getting any peanuts this trip, but I'm pretty sure nobody's flying this airplane. Okay, don't panic. The autopilot seems to be handling the job perfectly right now, and as long as it stays online, everything will be just fine.
Warning. The Pelipper Air autopilot system has been disengaged.
Of course. Okay, now it's time to panic. Ooh, you feel the plane shake and start to pitch downwards. Yeah, this is not good at all. What's going on around here? Okay, now is not the time for questions. What are you going to do?
Mayday. This is Sinnoh Air Traffic Control. Pelipper 106, what's going on up there? Our instruments are picking up that you're making your descent at an alarming rate. Is everything all right?
A voice calls out from over the cockpit's radio. You hurry over to the transmitter and pick up the mic, quickly telling the controller on the other end about your situation.
Asleep. Everyone? Including the pilot and co-pilot, huh? Well, yeah. Pretty sure that's not a good thing.
Yeah, that's more or less an understatement. What about the autopilot? Can't it land the plane?
That's a no-can-do. The autopilot shuts off during the landing procedures. Looks like you're gonna have to land this bird by yourself.
You were afraid he was going to say that.
Hey, don't worry, I got you. Alright, let's see here. Open up the manual and, okay, first things first. You'll need to grab the flight stick and level out the plane.
You gently move the captain to the ground and take a seat at the cockpit. All the lights, buttons, and meters start overwhelming you a bit. But you manage to grab the stick and take control of the airplane.
Alright, good. Now, if only you had a co-pilot, this would make things so much easier.
Jigglypuff floats up and takes a seat on the lap of the sleeping co-pilot. Wait, is he wearing the captain's hat? Well, that would be adorable if your lives weren't in crazy danger.
Wait a second. Is that a Jigglypuff I just heard? Excellent. Those little fluff balls are known to make pretty soft landings. Okay, you two. You should be clearing the cloud line right about, now.
Just as the air traffic controller says that, the plane breaks past the patch of white clouds, and you see the ground below getting closer and closer.
Alright, I see you up there. Time to extend the landing gear. It should be the lever at the center of the flight deck.
You quickly pull the lever and hear a mechanical hum drone on as the landing gear lowers down.
Here we go. The runway is just ahead of you. Just ease it down nice and slow. And when you feel the wheels touch the ground, pull the air brake.
Your mind is aflutter as the plane slowly drifts downwards until you're just a few feet above the ground.
Okay, fingers crossed.
You feel the unmistakable sensation of rubber hitting the pavement, but the plane is not slowing down.
The brakes. Use the air brake.
Oh yeah. Which one is the air brake? Jigglypuff jumps up and pulls another lever on the console, and you feel yourself get pushed back into the seat as the plane finally comes to a stop.
Oh, you made it! I told you Jigglypuffs are known for making soft landings. Phew! I was worried there for a second.
Yeah, he's not the only one. It just goes to show you that you should never underestimate the skill of Pokémon. The crew and passengers around you are still fast asleep. You're glad they're all safe. That was too close. Closer than the volcano incident, I think. But what happened here? Why did everyone fall asleep? And why were you the only one not affected? There's definitely something amiss here in the Sinnoh region. You and the other passengers of Pelipper Air are all safely evacuated off the plane. Slowly but surely, all of the people in Pokémon start to wake up from their unnatural sleep, and no one seems to remember anything. 1 minute they were enjoying a nice smooth flight, and the next thing they knew, they woke up at the airport in Jubilife City. You walk past the gate to the sound of thankful applause. It looks like the story about you and Jigglypuff landing the plane traveled fast. You can feel your cheeks blush a bit as a few people start calling you a hero. But the truth is, this was easily the second most terrifying event of your life. The first, of course, being that one time when you got caught in a raging Rhinehorn stampede when you were still a grad student. Ugh, that was the worst nap ever.
Well, it looks like your reputation precedes you. Professor Oak said you were a top-notch field researcher, but landing an out-of-control plane by yourself? I don't think they taught that one at the Uva Academy. Or was it the Naranja Academy?
You recognize that voice. A well-dressed older man with a fantastic mustache approaches you at the gate.
Well, I'd ask how your flight was, but I think we both know the answer to that question already. Where are my manners? The name is Professor...
Professor Rowan.
It would seem that my reputation precedes me as well. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. And who do we have here?
You happily shake the professor's hand and introduce your pink little companion to him.
So you travel with the Jigglypuff. Interesting. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you both. But I must admit, I wish our meeting was during some less troubling times.
The professor's face grows concerned as he gazes down at his watch.
Not much time until the next projected anomaly. We best hurry back to my lab in Twinleaf. There is much to discuss.
Anomaly? Wait, does he mean another event like what happened on the plane?
This is not the place to talk, trust me. Something is very wrong in Sinnoh. Come, we must hurry.
You do your best to keep up with the professor as he rushes past the crowded streets in Jubilife City and heads south towards Route 201. Well, here we go again. It looks like this ordinary research expedition has taken a turn towards the dangerously extraordinary. The two of you finally arrive back at Professor Rowan's lab in Twinleaf. This legendary facility is usually the starting point to many a young trainer's light-hearted adventure. But the atmosphere in the lab is a bit anxious and foreboding.
Okay, good. We haven't missed it.
Missed what? You don't mean to be rude, but what exactly is going on here? And why were you asked to make this journey to meet the professor?
I'm sorry for keeping you in the dark for so long, but something rather extraordinary is taking place right in our backyard.
Professor Rowan lets out a deep sigh and brushes his mustache with his fingertips slightly.
So here's the thing. A strange sleep-inducing phenomenon is gripping the region. It seems to indiscriminately affect both Pokémon and human alike. The first incident occurred about a month or so ago in Orberg City. A group of miners suddenly collapsed in a bout of sleep during their shift. At first, people thought it was just a mining accident of some kind, perhaps a gas leak or something of the sort. But other incidents started occurring in Pastoria, Hearthome, Sandgen, and soon all across the region, seemingly random areas are being affected with an unnatural sleep phenomena.
Which means the incident that occurred on the plane
is just another example of the growing threat. Luckily, you were there to prevent a disaster, but next time we may not be so fortunate.
From the sounds of it, whatever is causing these incidents seems to be getting stronger.
Yes, that is what I fear too.
But one question still lingers on your mind. Why weren't you affected by the mass sleeping incident on the plane?
I was wondering the same thing myself, but I have a hypothesis. It's simple. Your research assistant is the key to your apparent resistance to the bouts of sleep.
Your assistant? Does he mean Jigglypuff?
Precisely! Jigglypuffs are renowned for their ability to induce sleep. My theory is that years of being in close proximity with your Pokémon companion has made you resistant to Pokémon sleep attacks. It must have something to do with the syncing of your brainwaves.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
But this revelation also leads me to another conclusion. If you are resistant to Pokémon sleep attacks, and you were the only one on your flight that did not fall asleep during the incident, that can only lead to one conclusion.
Egats, if that's true, then the source of the sleeping incidents is a Pokémon.
Correct! And its abilities seem to be growing stronger. You catch on quickly. I knew you were the right person for the job.
Oh yeah. So what is the job after all?
Isn't it obvious? I need your assistance to put a stop to the mass sleeping phenomena.
Well, that makes sense. Okay, you're game. But where do you begin?
Hence the reason why we had to make haste to my lab. My team has been crunching the numbers for each incident, and I've started to notice a pattern. The incidents tend to occur in timed intervals. I have adjusted the sensors of my research equipment to pick up on the wavelengths of Pokémon's sleep abilities. When the next incident occurs, I should be able to get a bead on the source of the disturbance.
Then all you have to do is go to the source and try to stop it. Sounds like a plan. But when will the next incident take place?
Well, if my calculations are correct, the next disturbance should occur right about now.
The scientific equipment in Rowan's lab starts to come to life, and the small pocket of sleepy energy begins to light up a map of the Sinnoh region on one of the screens.
Ha ha ha! Bingo! Eterna Forest. That must be where the Pokémon causing this mess is hiding. You carry a Pokédex, am I correct? I'll mark the location on your map.
Professor Rowan takes your Pokédex and fiddles around with it for a moment before he hands it back to you.
Ah, that ought to do the trick. I also took the liberty of adding an energy tracker to help you on your search for the source. It's been set to look for this Pokémon's unique sleep signature.
Huh. Cool.
If you hurry, you should be able to make it to the forest before nightfall. I doubt I have to remind you about how important this assignment is to the future of Sinnoh, and possibly the world. We must put a stop to this before it's too late. Okay, good luck. I'm counting on you.
Okay then. You gather up your gear and get ready to set off for Eterna Forest, and hopefully find the source of Sinnoh's sleeping troubles. The forest is dark and eerily calm. Your steps are slow and deliberate amidst the beauty of Eterna Forest. Time seems to be standing still. It seems like, well, every Pokémon in the area is in a deep sleep, from the tiniest Bidoof to the largest Totera. Each one of them lies in a peaceful state of sleep. The air around you is warm and inviting, as if the forest itself is singing a gentle lullaby. This is the place all right, but where's the source? You start to feel a sense of unease while being surrounded by the deep slumber of the forest Pokémon. There is an unseen mystery flowing through the woods, almost as if you're being watched. You cautiously continue to walk deeper into the forest until you reach a clearing and see a small trio of sleeping Pokémon at its center. It's a Piplup, a Turtwig, and a Chimchar. The same three Pokémon new trainers in the Sinnoh region start off with when they begin their Pokémon journey. Oh man, if only it was this easy finding the starter Pokémon in the Kanto region. What was that noise? Might be trouble. You reach into your bag and grab Jigglypuff's ball. Okay, if whoever or whatever out there shows itself, you got Jigglypuff, and he knows how to throw down. A majestic-looking Noctowl flies into the clearing. Its eyes are shining in the full moonlight. The air around it shimmers with a gentle yet powerful aura. Its ancient gaze seems to pierce through the veil of night. As it stares into your eyes, the look on its face is calm and serene.
Traveler from a distant land, you seek answers amidst the shadows of unrest.
What was that? Wait, is that Noctowl speaking to you?
Not in the strictest sense of the word.
Whoa, how is it doing that?
With my mind, of course. Sheesh, humans are all the same. Now, do you want some fresh wisdom or not?
Oh, sorry. Yes, please. We'll have some of that wisdom, please.
Very well. Now, where was I?
Oh, you mentioned something about seeking answers amidst the shadows of unrest.
Ah, yes. As I was saying, traveler from a distant land, you seek answers amidst the shadows of unrest. The slumber that has befallen Sinnoh is but a ripple from a deeper turbulence in the fabric of the world. The celestial guardian, Cresselia, battles a darkness that threatens to unravel the very harmony of day and night.
Okay, that sounds pretty serious.
Indeed it is. The roots of this conflict stretch deep, entwined with the fate of the very land itself. The guardian struggle is mirrored in the heavens, where the moon weeps silver tears for the land's plight. You must journey to aid the guardian and thus heal the land. Ascend through the heart of Mount Coronet. It is there at the mountain's peak where the fabric of reality thins and the power of the cosmos converges. Seek the peak under the moon's full gaze, for it is in the moon's light that truths are revealed and paths are illuminated. Be swift, brave seeker, for time flows swiftly when the balance is imperiled. The fate of dreams, both human and Pokémon, rests on the wings of the moon's guardian. So, did you get all that? Because I will not be repeating myself.
Let's see. The legendary dream Pokémon Cresselia is fighting some sort of unknown shadow force on top of Mount Coronet. That is causing all of the sleep spells across Sinnoh and beyond, correct?
Oh yes, very good. And
you need to help Cresselia defeat the bad shadow vibes under the light of the full moon.
Getting warmer.
Where the cosmos is at its thinnest.
Give the human a prize. It looks like my work is done here. Okay, good luck, human. Ta-ta.
There's just one problem.
And what would that be?
Tonight is a full moon, and Mount Coronet is way too far for you to travel to before the sun rises. You'll never make it in time.
I do forget that humans cannot fly without the aid of Pokémon or a flying machine.
Please don't mention flying machines.
I'll tell you what. If you peaky promise to put an end to this madness, I shall bear you to the summit upon my own wings. Do we have a deal?
This sounds fair enough to you, just so long as you aren't the one that has to make the landing.
I assure you I have no idea what that means. But we have an accord. Climb onto my back and we shall fly to Mount Coronet.
You quickly climb on top of the Noctowl, and with a mighty gust of wind, he climbs into the air and heads towards the peaks of Mount Coronet. Let's just hope that this flight goes way more smoothly compared to your last one. The trip takes no time at all. Noctowl used Fly, and it was super effective in getting you to your destination. You can see the snow-capped peaks of Mount Coronet, and on top of the mountain, under the full moon's glow, an epic scene unfolds. Cresselia, the lunar Pokémon, battles fiercely against a dark, swirling vortex.
Whoa, that can't be good. I mean, noble human, your arrival brings hope. This rift, a scar on our world, twists the very essence of sleep, plunging Sinnoh into unnatural slumber. Vanquish it or whatever.
The energy of the rift pulses menacingly, a stark contrast to Cresselia's luminous grace. This is a fight to restore the natural rhythm of the world. A battle against the very forces that disrupt the cycle of night and day. Pretty cool. The clash is otherworldly. Each maneuver against the dark force resonates through the rift. Cresselia, her wings shimmering with celestial light, darts and weaves through the air, encountering the dark waves emanating from the rift. But her efforts, though valiant, seem to barely hold the encroaching darkness at bay. Her eyes meet your gaze, and you hear her voice echoing in your mind.
Brave allies, this rift is a wound in our world and distorting the energy of life and sleep. Together we must seal it. Lend me your strength.
Whoa, that's pretty heavy. Well, good luck, human.
Wait a second. Aren't you gonna help?
I have this thing about dark vortexes of swirling doom. They're not for me.
Please, I implore you, good feathered friend, lend me your aid.
Fine. As you wish, my lady Cresselia.
You unleash Jigglypuff, and he hits the dark vortex with an extra hard double slap. Noctowl's eyes glow as he unleashes Psychic. Cresselia, empowered by your support, continues the fight with renewed vigor. The battle reaches its crescendo, the forces of light and unknown darkness clashing in a spectacular display. Jigglypuff and Noctowl unleash their most powerful moves, synchronize with Cresselia's luminous assault. But the rift, even under this unwavering onslaught, barely seems to be affected by their combined might.
This is bad. Nothing seems to be working on this thing.
Do not give up hope, friends. Victory might be slim, but we will not waver in the face of certain doom.
I don't know. I'm wavering pretty hard right now.
The fight continues on, but no matter what the Pokémon do to the rift, nothing seems to be having an effect on it. This is bad. At this rate, they'll all run out of PP very soon, and the fight will be lost.
Hope is not lost just yet.
What was that?
Come to the rift.
Great. Is that another voice inside your head? I really hope this doesn't cause you any permanent brain damage.
Trust me. Touch the rift. It is the only way.
Is this guy serious? No way you're touching that thing.
Please believe me. There is only one way to stop this evil, and you are the key.
The voice sounds pretty convincing to me. Well, at this rate, what do you have to lose? Go ahead. Touch that spooky rift of doom. For science. You get up and run towards the swirling vortex.
Human? What are you doing?
You look back at your loyal Jigglypuff and the rest of your new allies as your hand makes contact with the rift. You are enveloped in a bright white light, and the world around you drifts away. The world around you is completely dark, but out of the corner of your eye, you can see a light. Actually, it's not really a light. It's a Pokémon, shining brilliantly in the darkness.
You did very well to trust me.
That's all well and good, but, where are we?
This is a convergence. A place where time, space, and even dreams meet. The answers you seek are not in your present. They're in the past.
The past? What is this Pokémon talking about? Who is this guy anyways?
I'm known as Arceus.
You open your eyes and find yourself on an unfamiliar shoreline. The sounds of the sea singing in your ears.
You're finally awake. Are you okay?
A girl dressed in strange garb stands above you, with a concerned look on her face. Your head is pounding. Where are you? What area of the Sinnoh region did you end up in?
You're actually in the Hisui region.
To be continued, in Sleep Mode, Pokémon Legends Arceus. Thank you for listening to Sleep Mode. We hope that you enjoyed your experience with us. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to Sleep Mode on YouTube and anywhere you listen to your favorite podcasts. It's the best way to make sure that you never miss a moment to enjoy some rest. If you would like to help our channel grow, please consider becoming a Sleep Mode YouTube member or Patreon supporter for exclusive content and access to the Sleep Mode team. The link is in the description below. On the next episode of Sleep Mode, we'll be taking an extra-dimensional trip into the epic worlds where Square Enix meets Disney. Grab your Keyblade, because Sleep Mode Kingdom Hearts is up next. We'll see you again very soon. Good night, gamers.